Controversial, doing it no gloves. Weekenders that were here for Memorial Day, and this is what they left for us. At one point we had to put our car in four-wheel drive, but that was fun. One of the other things we were always looking for, there's something very important about this tree. I find it works better if you just shoot the little in your nose. Meet the newest elk, Kyle W. Shore. So we had our initiation last night, and I am officially an Elks member now, and it's time to hit the road. We don't have very far to go. We're just gonna go dump our tanks at the free dump station here in Idaho Falls. We had a really great visit, met a lot of people. This is our friend Lou back here from Yuma, Arizona. And then we just met Richard and Robin last night over there in the big Class C, or I'm sorry, a big fifth wheel. And they're escapers, so they wore an escaper shirt and jacket, so we knew right away we were gonna connect. So we're heading off. We'll show you our new campsite at Birch Creek Campground. Made it to the dump station here in Idaho Falls. As you can see, they have two dumping locations as well as potable water right over there. If you were here back in the fall, you'll know that we were here when we left the below the dam dispersed camping area there by Palisades Reservoir. So yeah, just gotta dump the gray tank and the black tank real quick, which honestly is just our gray tank because they're combined. But as you can see, controversial, doing it no gloves. So put in the comments below whether or not that really sets a trigger for you, but not using any gloves. That's right, folks. Can't beat this site. What a camping spot. This is Birch Creek Campground. It's a BLM, Bureau of Land Management campground, south of Ladore, Idaho. It's about an hour south of Ladore, Idaho. And it's really remote, folks. The closest gas station is, I think, 30 miles away. But here we are. This is our spot. Right here next to the creek. But yeah, and the Bitterroot Mountains right there, still snow-capped. There's lots of space out here, lots of campgrounds. There is a campground host. It's a free campground, donation only, unless you're getting the group site, then it's reservable and rentable. But I don't know how much that is. We'll do a campsite review and give you all the details about this. But yeah, beautiful spot. Unfortunately, we followed the weekenders that were here for Memorial Day, and this is what they left for us. Looks like the assholes just took their garbage bag and threw it in there and lit it on fire. So we'll work on getting that cleaned up here. We're gonna be here for 14 days, which is the max stay limit. We're just kind of milling around here to wait for our friends to catch up to us as we start to migrate a little bit more north and east from here. But yeah, love this spot. Very peaceful. Obviously, we'll be able to hear the creek flowing all night long. So can't wait to show you some of the adventures we got planned. We got a really cool hike coming up. Don't know which day we're gonna do it yet. We got to keep an eye on the weather, but yeah, we're excited. Good morning, everyone. So I don't know, you probably hopefully can't hear it because we got our little wind buffs on, but it is pretty windy today, and we are doing a crazy hike.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Yeah, so it's called Rocky Canyon. It's here probably about 30 miles or so, maybe 20 miles from our campsite here at Birch Creek. And it's somewhere between 7 and 10 miles, depending upon where you park. We're not 100% sure yet how long ours is gonna be based on where we chose to park, because there's no real designated parking spot for a trailhead. You just kind of park along the side of this old double track road that we came in on, which was pretty rocky and at one point we had to put our car in 4-wheel drive, but that was fun. But yeah, so, and there's somewhere around 1,000 to 1,600 feet of elevation gain on this, so we are ready.
It's an out and back.
Yeah, it's an out and back.
Hopefully we'll be able to make it all the way out.
But we are, as you can see, in quite a beautiful area, and I think at some point there's a possibility that we're gonna hike up to that snow, but we'll see. We are hiking down into that canyon at some junction, and we're taking you along with us today. We're all packed up. We'll show you some of our hiking gear later. I know some of you have asked what we actually have in our backpacks other than our snacks, and we'll kind of show you what we have for trips like this. We come as prepared as we can, but we're pretty excited to get started. It's around 9 o'clock in the morning, so we're hoping to get this done in about 3 to 5 hours, somewhere in there. All right, so at some point during this hike, we're gonna put the QR code from All Trails. But I will say we are actually hiking a different somewhat route. We're following more the trail that Onyx Off-Road had than the All Trails app. I don't know if you can see on my watch. We're on that left section of the trail, and what it's telling us is that if we had followed All Trails, we'd be up at the top of this cliff here, and that we'd be soon coming down and integrating with this trail. This is the trail that they have listed as the round trip, the back out. So we're not sure yet exactly which way we're gonna go on the way back, but we are taking a slightly different route than All Trails said, so who knows what our elevation change and total distance is gonna be. But can't beat this view, can you guys? This is my kind of trail. We just hiked through the forest there. It smells like pine. I wish we had smell-o-vision. So one of the things that we typically do as we're hiking is we are always kind of keeping an eye on, obviously, our surroundings, but this is going to be a perfect example of you just never know when the weather's going to change or something happens and you need to take some shelter. Right there's a perfect spot. That little cave right there would give us plenty of shelter, you know, to stay out of the inclement weather, whether it be rain or snow or whatever. Plus, if, you know, bad luck falls upon us and we get an injury or something, and that might be a perfect spot where we could kind of take shelter for a while one of us goes back and seeks a help. So, you know, that's one of the things that we're doing as we're hiking, is we're paying attention, obviously, to our surroundings, clearly looking for animals. Specifically in this area, going to be bear, but also looking for places that we might be able to take shelter if needed. So it's a little odd this summer being out here on the hikes, just Michelle and I. All last summer, or most all of last summer, we traveled with several couples, but primarily the ones I wanted to mention today are our friends Sean and Matthew over at Broken Dreams Reborn. They would love this hike, and right now they're back in Florida. Matthew's having some medical stuff going on, and he's getting some testing done, and you know, we're sending prayers, good vibes, and our thoughts are going out to you guys. They're hoping everything turns out and you get some answers to what's been going on with Matthew's health. But you guys would love this trail, so we're kind of hiking it in your honor today. Miss you guys. One of the other things we were always looking for, we don't know what kind of animal this is, but look at the size of this. We're assuming this is a leg bone, and look at the size of that. I mean, it's as big as Michelle's forearm, at least, that section. So
yeah, and then there were, what, 2 pieces there?
Yeah, and then there's another one here. We're not sure if it's elk, maybe. It could be a cow, I guess. I mean, I've heard that there are cows down here, and there's some real dried up cow patties. But yeah.
That's wild.
Everyone, it's Kyle. I just want to remind you, next Sunday we got some big news. We're broadcasting our first live in almost a year, and we hope that you'll check it out. Be sure to head over to our YouTube page on Sunday, July 29th. So we ran in town yesterday, which was like 30 miles to go get some mail and pick up some groceries. Not groceries, gas, sorry.
Yes.
And we stopped by the gas station and found some groceries that we needed.
Oh, yes.
Well, sort of.
These are Wiley Wallaby licorice twists. And this is our new favorite brand. You can get them at gas stations. You can get them at Menards,
Tractor
Supply,
yeah.
Those types of stores. But they are so good. These are the longer ones.
And this is a flavor we hadn't had before. It's called triple berry. What are the 3 berries?
Strawberry, raspberry, and yum berry.
I don't know what yum berry is. Is yum berry a real thing? I don't know. But it is yummy. We are here in the middle of the prairie, and there's something very important about this tree. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But Michelle did make it as well.
Right here.
The importance of that tree is that All Trails believes the trail stops right there. I have no idea why. Right here in the middle of this prairie, they've decided that this is the stopping point for the All Trails map. Luckily, I had downloaded the Onyx Backcountry. One of these days I'll get it right. It's a brand new app that I'm using, so. And it says that their version of the trail keeps going, and that's what we're gonna do. We're a little under 4 miles in, so we'll probably hike, you know, to 5 or 6 mile mark and then turn around. That'll give us 12 miles by the time everything's said and done. But yeah, that's the relevance of that tree, folks. We also, and maybe I'll grab a video of it on our way out here. We saw some, what I believe is fairly fresh bear scat. So we've got our bear bells a-jingling and keeping our eyes open. I do have my Berna with me right there. And obviously we've got our bear spray. Probably wasn't the smartest idea to bring the yum berry licorice, but who knows? Hopefully we could just toss that over somewhere and the bear would go after that if it decided it wanted to eat us for dinner. But we're gonna keep hiking, and then we'll find a great spot to stop, eat snacks. And then, like I said, I want to show you guys kind of what we bring with us on our outdoor hiking adventures. So we found the perfect turnaround spot right at the 5 mile mark.
We did.
As you can see, well, at least partially see, we found a fire pit. This looks like a great tent site. There's actually an area of the dirt over there that's been dug out, so it's super flat. And there's a large rock over here. But we just stopped to take a break and eat our lunches. I got some apples today. I just had a roll up. Michelle, what'd you have?
I had a lunch meat sandwich. I'm gonna eat a banana here in a little bit. And string cheese, and then I brought some meatballs in case I need extra protein on the way back.
I know. Meatballs.
I can eat them at room temperature.
Ugh. So I thought I'd take a minute and show you guys what we have in our backpack. As you can see, when we're hiking, we have our radios and our bear spray. That's kind of the outside side stuff.
Don't forget our bear bell.
Oh yeah, bear bell, definitely, especially in this area. Boost oxygen. We've been using this for years.
Kyle loves it.
I love this stuff. And this is the eucalyptus. I just shoot it in my nose. I don't know why people inhale it in their mouth. That's how you're supposed to use it, but I find it works better if you just shoot the little in your nose. So yeah, we got that. We have, well, my little bag full of GoPro and microphone stuff. And then I've got, in this zipper pouch here, I've got a zipper pouch in there. I've got some wet wipes in case nature calls. I've also got these coin paper towels, reusable paper towels. They're literally, as you can see, the size of probably a dime. I mean thicker, but these are reusable paper towels. Michelle and I just used one to wipe our hands off when we got here. So I've got a little baggie of those. Those are in our Amazon store as well. Everything's going to be in our Amazon store. We've got a couple wet wipes here. We've got Bug Defense, and I think I'd gotten these as freebies somewhere. And then we've got Loom. This is kind of a body wash thing if you're out hiking, you just want to kind of freshen up a little bit. But this has actually got bug spray in it, so I've got that in there. In the top section, I've got a flashlight. If you guys have watched some of our hikes before, especially with our friends Matthew and Sean down in Arizona, we got out there on a trail a little too late and had no lights other than our phone lights. So I'm always carrying a flashlight in here now. So we do have, everybody needs one of these. This is from Sierra Madre. We've actually got 2 Sierra Madre items. This is the pure water straw, so you can actually just drink right out of a creek. This straw is good for 5 years. I'm not going to open it and show you how to use it, but there's plenty of videos. I'll maybe grab a video clip and show you how to use that. But we've got that in there should we ever run out of water and need to do some emergency type of things. We've got a little charging extra external battery for our phones or for the GoPro. That way from Anchor, if we need to charge up our phones or our batteries on the go, we can. I've got a case to put my glasses in. I've got a little pocket knife. I got some Advil. And then down in the main section, I've got a little baggie here that's got first aid equipment. So I've got a survival kit in here. Small little one. I've had this one. I mean, I think I got this one when I was in Cub Scouts or something. But yeah, a little survival kit with fire starting stuff and needle and thread and a whistle, compass, everything like that. And then some bandages as well in here should we ever need those. So those are always in there. And then obviously I had a jacket in there, or a sweatshirt in there earlier. Oh, this is the other Sierra Madre item that we've got. What do you think this is, folks? This is an emergency sleeping bag. It's literally smaller than a soda can. We both actually have one of these, as well as the life straws in our backpacks. So excellent source of heat if you end up getting stranded somewhere. A lot of times we have these in our car as well, so but you can't beat. I mean, this, I don't know what this weighs. I'll put it on the screen. I think probably like 5 ounces or something. It's well worth throwing that in the bottom, especially when it's that small. But it's an emergency sleeping bag, not just like a heat blanket, which I think I have in the first aid kit as well. But that can actually, you can sleep inside of it and it radiates your body heat. On the outside, I have my water. I've got some chapstick in that little hip latch there, and I think that's it. Oh, my sunglasses. So I think that's pretty much all that we usually have. Obviously, I've got my Burna. Do you have anything else, Michelle, in yours?
The only additional that I
got my Burna
is sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
And sunglasses. We always make sure we have hats.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The back of her neck's red right now, so she forgot to put some on when we started out on the hike and had her hats off. So,
yep.
But yeah, we're gonna get cleaned up here and take a rest, and then we are gonna head back on our 5-mile trek back. So we'll take you along on the way back. If we see anything special, we'll pop out either my phone or the GoPro and show you. But that's what we bring on our hikes. People apparently are paying attention to our hikes more, and we got contacted by a couple companies recently. One of them is talking about possibly sending us out some hiking gear, such as, well, clothing. And then the other one is talking about possibly getting us some new day packs to try. We currently use the Talon 22 liter. It's been working well for us, but I'm willing to try something else to see how it fits. So we're just kind of working things out with them. And you may see it in a future episode. We may try it out on one of our future hikes, because we've got several planned this summer.
Yeah, and if you use something or have something in your backpack that we don't have that you think might be beneficial, be sure and drop it in the comments below.
Yeah. Little under a mile left. Feels good to finally get back out here in this shade. That walking out through that prairie, it is blazing hot with that sun beating down on you. But here near the beginning, it's a lot more wooded, and you're kind of in this narrow canyon. Excuse this giant piece of fallen tree. So there's a little more shade in here. You can kind of get cooled down. I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt because I really don't want the sun beating down on my arms, and it's pretty breathable.
and it's got a hood, as you probably saw in one of the previous clips. I had that up too, to keep it from beating down on the back of my neck. So not too much further. We really like this trail. I spy something red.
You do? What? Red. Our licorice? No, that's not red. Red. I don't know what you're talking about.
Follow the camera. Follow the camera.
Red. What's red?
Look up at the top of the mountain.
Oh my gosh. And we have to go up there. We have to make our way up.
I know there's no way for you guys to see this, but let me point. Right there is the truck. So you guys know we're fans of All Trails app, and just recently downloaded the Onyx backcountry. But this is one of the things I really like about Onyx, is on their map it actually shows you where there are little water stream sources, little natural springs. So I'll show you that here on a screen capture. But yeah, this is right near the beginning. We got to hike all the way back up there. I don't remember coming down it being that steep, but it must have been, because we got to go back up the same way we came. So
it's gonna be steep.
It's gonna be steep. But yeah, so having the natural spring labeled here is super helpful too, especially when we've got that water straw that we have, that we can always get water from the creek or from the stream and filter it to be able to drink it. So yeah, all right, here we go, folks. I think we go up that way and then over to that way and then up near that rock. I'm gonna put the GoPro away so I have both my hands for this climb, but we'll see you at the top. We made it, folks.
We're done.
So if the first 9.5 miles didn't kill you, the last half mile will. It may even be less than a half mile. So we started at down there where the trees are. That was we had already done 1,275 feet of elevation, and we got up here to 1,650. So almost 400 feet of elevation gain in that last quarter mile or whatever it is up to where we parked. What'd you think, Michelle?
I'm pooped. That was really hard.
It was a beautiful trail, folks.
We didn't see anybody else on the trail.
Yeah, right as we were climbing, we saw two pronghorn. Those are the only animals other than birds, grasshoppers, and tons of moths / butterflies that we saw on the whole trail. Luckily we didn't see any bear. So yeah, we really enjoyed Rocky Canyon Trail. Highly recommend just doing the route we went and not the one that All Trails recommends. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I can send you the actual trail diagram that we followed. And thanks again. And we got some more activities planned while we're here in this area of Idaho. Kyle and Michelle, well, Michelle's inside the store, but we're just checking in. We went on an adventure this morning, left around 7 o'clock this morning, and headed to Craters of the Moon National Monument. So we decided that we're going to go ahead and put that out as a separate video. I'm thinking it probably came out before this video did, but if not, it'll be coming out real soon. We ran into the town of Arco, Idaho on the way home to get a few groceries, pick up a few things, and fill up with gas. And of course, we had to stop by and cross our fingers that Conoco / Conoco / Kononoko, whatever you want to call it, has Diet Mountain Dew. But yeah, we got about an hour drive back home to the homestead there on Birch Creek, on the shores of the Birch Creek. And had a great time today at the national park, so highly encourage you to check out that video. It's not a super popular national monument because it's kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, but it is well worth the adventure to go and check it out. And we saved the best hike for last in the video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. Morning, everyone. So we've been here at Birch Creek for, I think it's our 10th day, and I went ahead and decided I'm going to go and fill up our bladder with some water. We've been a little less conservative with our water while we're here because we know we have access to it up at the front there near the camp host. All right, folks, I am emptying our bladder into the RV. And if you haven't checked it out yet, we did a whole video on how we do this process. I'm not gonna go through it here. This is more an RV life video, but I'm super excited that we were able to kind of film this process for you and explain to you how we're managing to get water while we're boondocking. And water has always been, well, actually trash has always been the most difficult thing to get rid of, but I found some tricks that maybe we'll share with you at some point down the road. We share a lot of those in our campsite reviews, but water has been the second biggest issue. Obviously, electricity is no big deal. We've got generators, we've got 1,200 watts of solar, we've got almost 600 amp hours of lithium, so power is not usually an issue, but water is often an issue for folks, and they get worried about how much they're gonna be able to take showers and wash dishes and all of that. So, but yeah, so check out our how do we get water while boondocking video, and give us a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with other RVers because it's a great setup. I think it's one of the easiest setups.
I've ended up falling twice.
Anyway, we are wandering, to say the least.
Are you from around here?
No, we are full-time RVers.